Yeah, man. Good evening. Good evening, people. Welcome to Unscripted Anything Goes. I'm your host, Delvin Sadler. Yeah, man. I am your host, Delvin Sadler, and I want to welcome you to our show, Unscripted Anything Goes. We do have Unscripted Anything Goes on Mondays, 7 o'clock, and Wednesdays at 7. And on Friday, Knowledge Base KT and I, we have 5 minutes uncut. So today, I was going to present a lecture again. However, there's a video circulating on the internet. There's a video circulating on the internet with regards to an incident that took place in Jamaica. So, with regards to the police shot or shoot a bus driver. The police shoots a bus driver. So we're going to talk about that video today. Here, an unscripted anything goes. Beautiful people. Delvin Sadler. Medea. Yeah, man. Delvin Dea. Love you. So I actually watched the video. I actually watched 2 videos of the incident. And I'm going to give you my take on that video. And not only that, I've read some of the writings online that people posted about the video. And I'm objective. I don't have any vested interest in the video. I don't watch it from the point of view of the officer, and I don't watch it from the point of view from the bus driver. I objectively looked at the videos and see what I can gather from what I see from the video. So what you're gonna hear from me is my objective take on what I see. Yeah, man, big up yourself, Weena. I love you. Yeah, man, David Morgan, big up yourself, my brother. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. So, and Judy, thanks for joining. So, anyways, from what I see on the video is this. Sorry. I saw a crowd gathered, and the place that this took place is in Jamaica, a place called Spalding, Spalding St. Clarendon, yeah, Clarendon. Is it Clarendon? Yeah, Spalding, Clarendon. And from what I see from this video is I see a tow truck hooking up a vehicle. On the front of the vehicles, it states chartered. I see on the front of the vehicle a sign marked chartered. Also, the plates on the vehicle is a PG registered plates in Jamaica. That means the vehicle is actually registered to actually carry passengers. However, from what I gathered from the situation, the police there was actually instructing the tow truck driver to actually hooked up the vehicle, the bus, and to tow it. While doing that, I noticed the bus driver was still sitting in the vehicle, and the police was outside standing up calmly talking to a bystander, somebody else that was there, another person that was there. Then came all around, before the bus driver exit the vehicle, all around were people, videotaping. People were saying, you know, foolishness, Fiat, I told the man boss and all of these things. So from what I saw, the driver then exited the vehicle, the bus, and walked over to the police. The constable stood there. I think he's a sergeant. A police sergeant. The sergeant stood there quite calmly and allowed the man to speak. The man moved, from what I observed, to the right side of the officer, then walked back to the left side of the officer, came face to face with the officer, started gesturing his hands, moving it up and down. And the officer stood there quite calmly while he was, looked to me, venting. The driver looked like he was venting. And I can hear noise from the bystanders who were there videotaping. And you know what struck me there? You know? It struck me that people were actually touting or boosting this the bus driver. You know, sometimes people can get into the way of calmness, because the police was quite calm. But this irate bus driver, I don't know what he thought. First of all, the police was there. He's the law enforcement officer. That means he has a badge and a gun. And while you're free to express yourself and make noise or carry on, that is where it should stop. That is where it should stop. And I don't know what triggered this bus driver, that he then shoved the police in the chest, pushed him, or chuck him in Jamaican terminology, pushed him in the chest, and the police backed up. When the police backed up, the bus driver then advanced towards the police. Yes, and at that point, if you're going to push the police in the chest, advancing towards the police aggressively, then the police now reached for his firearm, and I heard one shot fired. And then I saw another police came over, and they were trying to arrest the bus driver. And the bus driver kept fighting them. Then I heard another shot. And another shot. So I heard 3 shots in total. He fell to the ground. And then I started to hear people crying loudly, "Murder! Murder!" You see, I don't know why they're bawling out murder. I don't know what. Nobody had cried out to the bus driver prior to the shots being fired that he needs to comply with the police officer. Because if he would have complied and let the officer tow this vehicle, then use the course of the law to challenge the ticket and the tow, then that would have been his better option. But instead he challenged the officer, and the officer returned fire. The officer didn't punch him. And a lot of people might be saying, why is it that the officer didn't shoot him in the leg, or the officer didn't use his fists to counter the fist that he threw at him, or to counter the tit for tat, blow for blow. No, the officers are not trained to do that. Once a threat is faced by the officer, you don't know if the bus driver, because if he was bold enough to push the police officer, the law enforcement officer, to assault the officer, if he was bold enough to do that, who knows? The officer never searched him or anything. He might have had a knife, he might have a gun, or something. So the officer had to now deal with the threat based upon what he's facing. So the officer had to reach for his firearm and fire it to defend himself. That is a dangerous man coming at you. A man that is irate, full of anger. Yeah. Going with the intent to hurt the lawman who's just doing his job. I don't know why the officer wanted to tow the bus, but that is beyond the point. That is beyond the point. Assault of an officer is inappropriate, and nobody should try to do that. No one should try to do that. Laws are there on the books. I don't think the officer got up and said, you know what, I am going to shoot this man today. No. The officer now stopped that vehicle with the intent of enforcing the law. The officer intend to enforce the law. However, this bus driver, his actions shows that he thinks he's above the law. Yeah, he's above the law. And he can do whatever he wants, because you just don't go and throw punches at officers. And the mere fact that he pushed the officer now, advanced towards him to cause blows, bodily blows, the officers then had to now use his service pistol and use that to his defense. Fire shot at him. I don't know if he's dead or not, or he's in the hospital, but from what I read, he went to the hospital. He was taken to the hospital by citizens, by standards, and he went under emergency surgery. I hope he survived. I do hope he survived, because I hope he gets through it, recover, and then put under arrest, charged with assault. I hope he does survive. But, sure, he might have a family. And I'm sure that, in his own, if he's conscious, he might look within himself and say, you know what? That is nonsense that I did. Yeah, that is nonsense. Yeah. And that must be a man that can read. So for a man that can read to operate in that manner, it doesn't seem as if he's a man that has mental illness. It didn't seem that way to me. It seemed very, very, cognizant of what he was faced with and what his intent to do. Yeah, he was aggressive. Think he was in a boxing ring? No, you're not in a boxing ring. Law enforcement officers are just that. They're law enforcement officers. They're not the law. They are not the law. And if they're interpreting a law and enforcing based upon their interpretation, if you are saying, well, they are wrong, your job is not to take the law into your hands or take aggression in your hands to now force change. Your job now is to now go into a court of law and fight in front of a judge. That is your job. Yeah. Yeah, man. What were you drinking? It's on your lip. Oh no, I never drink nothing. Cheryl, it's big up yourself, Cheryl. I love you. Yeah, man. Debbie, first lady, big up yourself. Yeah, man. Jacinta Sadler, love you, girl. Thanks for joining. No, man, I just some Vaseline we put on my lip. Just some Vaseline. Yeah, man. You know what I say? Just some Vaseline. I was dry because of the heat and things. So you just put some Vaseline so it's not choppy. Yeah. So what we're saying is that you cannot take the law into your hands or take aggressive action in order to show dominance or to get out of a situation. No, the police officer is doing his job. Yeah, he is entrusted by the state to enforce the laws that are on books. It's not for you to go around breaking laws. If you're conforming to the laws, then therefore the cop wouldn't have any reason to arrest you or to take the vehicle away from you. No, you have to be in line with the law at all times. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining, Sydney. Yeah. So therefore, when he decided that he's a bad man, he's a bad guy, he is gonna show power over this cop. He's gonna push him in the chest and move towards him in an aggressive manner to throw punches or to beat him down to show he's boss. No. The law enforcement officer has been entrusted with a service revolver, a service pistol, that if encountered a threat, that pistol now comes into play. You use it to defend yourself. And that's exactly what he did. He fired the shots, tried to arrest him, and he was still being aggressive. So more shots were fired. 2 more shots. And as a result of that, he's now in hospital fighting for his life. What a stupid man. What a stupid individual to do such things. Yeah, and the people are crying murder. It's not an easy decision, or it's not a decision that no officer want to make, to shoot an individual. No. Who knows what kind of traumatical experience this officer gonna have to play in his mind all the time. The post-traumatic situation in dealing with a situation like this. Who knows his mental state that he has to go through? Who knows? In dealing with people such as this, or a person such as this. Yeah. Or the fact that he had to shoot this man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, that's right. Big up yourself, man. I like that. I'm gonna see you. Best up yourself. Unscripted, anything goes. We're there. So the cop now wants to deal with that. Might be off the road for a period of time. Recuperating, rehabilitating. Because he had to, use his pistol to fire it at an advancing threat. Yeah. This bus driver. What a stupid individual. What a stupid individual. All you had to do was to have the vehicle towed. All you had to do was to take the ticket, get the money, and get repossession of your vehicle, and then fight in a court of law. Yeah, fight in a court of law. If you're operating the vehicle based upon certain permits, you have to function within that permit. So if you're supposed to operate within a certain zone and your vehicle licensed to operate in that zone is now seen in another zone that you're not supposed to be in, and you're pulled over by the police, then therefore the consequences you now have to know bear. You must bear that brunt. And I'm gonna share with you a story. I remember I went to Jamaica on vacation once. I went to Jamaica, me and my daughter. Right? Yeah. And I was loaned a vehicle. You know. And I was driving, think my own business, but you know, you wouldn't check out the vehicle, the documents in the vehicle. I didn't check out the documents in the vehicle to make sure that they're on par, the stickers to make sure that they're up to date. I trust that the person who loaned me that vehicle, yeah, that the vehicle was actually in good standings and good order. The person never told me that that vehicle was not insured. And I was driving up in Arfrey Tree there, heading towards Stony Hill area. You know, and then the police doing spot checks stopped me. They stopped me. Yeah, because the sticker had expired. Yeah, it had expired. And they had their tow trucks there ready to tow the vehicle. So they told me they had to take the vehicle. And they were going to write me a ticket. They were going to write me a ticket. Okay? I think it was for 20,000 Jamaican dollar or something like that. So anyways, I said, all right, write the ticket. So I grabbed my bag and I started to leave the vehicle. So as I was about to leave the vehicle, they said, you know, you're just leaving like that? I'm saying, yeah, man, just give me the ticket and yeah, man. And I will tell the owner for the vehicle to go and get the vehicle. Yeah, that's exactly what I said to them. So take the vehicle and go on. No arguments. And they saw how calm I was to highlight the vehicle, leave the vehicle, and go. So another officer now who was in the mix walked up to me and says, but you sound like you have an accent. So I'm say, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm not from here. Somebody loaned me the vehicle and, you know what I mean? I didn't know. I had no idea that it wasn't, the sticker had expired. No idea. And if I had the idea, I wouldn't even take that risk. So he look at me and says, where are you staying? So I tell him the hotel I was staying, and that's where I'm heading to right now. And then him look at me again and he says, you want to drive the vehicle? I said to myself, say, what kind of question the man? That is why I'm going about my business. Then him look at me again and he says, look at what I'm trying to say to you. What can you do for yourself? So I'm going to say, you want a bribe. That's what you want. You want. So he said, don't say that, man. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. So at the time, on me, you know what I mean? So him said to me that if you're going to have to pay for the towing, the ticket, and the impounding fee. That is what he told me. And that is going to run you about $60,000 total. Based upon, the vehicle is going to stay there for a few days. They have to come and get it and make sure that they have the proper what do you call it now, licensing and all of that thing. It's going to cost you about that just to get back the vehicle. But, yeah. So him says, how much money you have? So he's an honest youth. I take out my money and I count out every single thing in front of him. Say, hide it down the some man, nobody make nobody see I count it. Hide it. So I said, alright. So I count it right there in front of him. So I said to him, I mean, I would drive the vehicle, but this is illegal, you know. He said, don't mention about illegal. Because you're in trouble right now. I said, no, I'm not in trouble. I'm willing to walk away, leave it. So him said to me that, alright, as because you're, you know, you seem honest and genuine and all of that, just give me that. I said, no, I can't give it to you. I can give you half of it. I can give you half of it, but I'm not gonna give you all of it. Yeah, man. So, you know what I mean? Because it's not my vehicle. I don't care. Yeah, I'm only trying to help the owner. Yeah, because I never tell him to give me the vehicle that didn't have insurance, that didn't have the sticker expire. So anyways, I count out the money and I gave him half of it. Yeah, half of it in Canadian money. Because I think I had about 200 and something, 240. So I gave him 120. And him give half of it to the guy who pulled me over, and him take half of it for himself. And him say, go on, man, take away, go take away. Him say, oh, him even block the traffic. I say, come out, man. Yeah, man, come out of here, man. Yeah, man. Go out of here. So I stop and I say, what if another police stop me up ahead? You might raise your head and tell him to stop. Yeah. Straight up. Him said to me, no, man, you know, you're an honest and genuine guy. If another police stop you, you just tell him that, yeah, we already stopped you down here, so. Anyways, I took the chance and it worked out. But that's Jamaica for you. You don't go and act as if when you're in the wrongs that you want to bully the officers. And that is far too long. People are treating officers down there as if, you know, they are the ones who are on the law side. No, you have to respect the law. You have to respect the law. Whether the law is wrong or right, you must respect the law. And if there's a battle to be fought, it's not for you to punch or shove or kick or show aggression towards any officer. It's for you to fight your battle in a court of law. Yeah, in a court of law. That is where you fight your battle. Yeah. That's what I have to say. Yeah, man, straight up. When I saw the video, I was shocked of the behavior towards the cop. Very unnecessary, very irresponsible for a big man. Seems like a family man, too. Now he's fighting for his life. Yeah. You're right about that, that's right. And the thing about it is that the people, they're so ignorant. They're right there and they see everything and they're calling murder towards the cop. And now they start to turn their aggression towards... I didn't see them going after the cop because I think the cop actually took cover. But now they start to throw stones at the police vehicle. They start throwing stones at the police vehicle. Yeah. Hitting the windows, hitting the windscreen. Yeah. That was so ignorant of them to be doing that. What they should have done is to tell the driver right from the beginning. Just take the ticket, let the vehicle be towed, and allow the cop to do his job. That's what them should have done. But everybody stood there with a camera, videotaping, making noise for the cop to leave the man alone, We're not towing vehicle for all of these things. When the police is just doing his job. The police, there was just as bad as him. I don't think the police anticipated that his actions would have been as such. So I can't say the police was as bad because I saw the police stood there calmly. His hands where the service pistol was down. And his other hand was resting on his side or something like that. Nowhere did he see this man as a threat that he had his hands and his gun. Until the man shoved him, pushed him in the chest, or chuck him in Jamaican terminology, and then advanced towards him. That's when he highlighted his service pistol. That's when he fired the shot. Yeah. Yeah, man. Let me see what he said. The people. Oh, yeah, man. Bless up my brother. Yeah, man. The people. Yeah, man. You're right. Sorry about that. Yeah, man. The people there were. Yeah, they were just as bad as the man. You're right about that. Big up yourself, Juliet Campbell. Thanks for joining. Yeah, man. Yeah, the people were actually. It's as if they were bootsing him on, or trying to goat him. You know, egging him on. Rally him to actually do something or say something or behave aggressively. Yeah, the people, they were just as bad as him. And it makes you quiver inside. Because all of those people with phones, in my opinion, if you have a phone, you should be, I would assume that you can read. Because nobody texts like Jamaican people. Nobody texts. So if you can text, you can read. So you must have some form of understanding of civility. You must have some understanding of civility. That there's law enforcement and then there's the public at large. And the public at large must comply with law enforcement. And if the law enforcement is enforcing the law and you disagree with law enforcement, the battle itself should be fought in a court of law. And the behavior of this bus driver was basically unacceptable. For him to now attack the police officer who was just doing his job, the consequences he paid for it. Because maybe he thought the police was gonna duke it out with him face to face. No, for what reason? Yeah, it's possible that he could have beaten up the police officer. But why go home with a bloody mouth and take the chance of being knocked out or being knifed or being shot by this aggressive man? When he was given the service pistol to defend himself against such individual. Right decision. Shoot that threat. That advancing threat. Shoot it. And that's exactly what happened. And even after the first shot was fired, he was still aggressively resisting arrest. Hence, I heard 2 more shots. And that's when he fell to the ground. That's when he fell to the ground. I hope that this police is okay. And he should be given full support by his superiors, his police union, the members of the public at large, and all politicians should rally behind this police officer for doing an excellent job. An excellent job. That is what you call great police work. That was by the book. That was by the book. So for all you people out there now who now think you can challenge the police, let this be an example to you that you do your battles in a court of law and fully comply with the police. Fully comply with the police. Because the consequences could be lethal. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, the consequences could be lethal. Yeah, man, get the post. Yes, big up yourself. Let me tell you, bro, when you go out these days on the roads and something went wrong with you and an individual run because no one will help you or try to save you from an attack in your life, they rather stand and watch to videotape you while you die. That is true. The first thing people do is to pull out a video tape, what do you call it? A phone. Yeah, man, big up yourself, Daisy. Kitty Post 68. I love you. I love you guys. Yeah, so what they do, you're right about that. The first thing people do is not to see if they can help you, but rather they take out their video tape to capture it. They want to be the one to say they got it. They brought it viral. Yeah, they're capturing the moment. They make it viral. Instead of tell the man, say, you know what? Fuck you do. Yeah, comply with the officer. They're there boosting the man, egging him on. And that is when the man feel within himself that he's now powerful. Yeah, him feel like him powerful now. Go and push police in him chest. And then move towards him to attack. I don't think he knew what he was doing. Because maybe he thought the police would have reacted back with fists. Maybe he thought the police would have reacted with fists. Yeah. For real. And a man in that rage state, act of rage, who knows what kind of adrenaline he had now. He maybe would have beat the cop, pound him out. So why the cop would now take the chance to now fist to fist with this man when his service revolver is there to stop him? He was given that to stop him, which is exactly what he did. Expertly too. Rightfully too. Yeah, justifiable too. There's nothing on that videotape that was not justified by the cop. Everything was done by the book. And if I would see that cop, I would buy him a drink out of uniform, shake his hand, and said, good job. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Andrew Johnson. Big up yourself, Brenda Lee. Yeah, man. Love you guys. Yeah, I would shake his hands and said, great job. We need more cops like you. Yeah. Calm under pressure. But when a threat now advanced towards him, he reacted to the threat skillfully, he reacted. Yeah. No founder might say, oh, the man didn't have a weapon, he didn't have a gun or a knife. How the cop know that? How is he supposed to know that? How is he supposed to know that? No. All you know was a threat came at you. Yeah. And you react to that threat. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Brenda. Yeah, man. I love you, girl. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining, Unscripted, anything goes. So for those of you, as I was saying, yeah, man, I love you, RJ. Yeah, man, I love you. For those of you who are now not on the side of law enforcement and think that you can now challenge the security forces, think twice. Yeah, make sure that you're in compliance with the law every time. So the police won't have any reason to bother you. Yeah, make sure you're in accordance with the law. Yeah, man, big up yourself, Jackie. Yeah, I love you, girl. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. Yeah, so you make sure that you're in accordance, following the law to a T, according to the laws that are set up. It's not for you to challenge the officer. If you want to challenge the officer, you challenge him in a court of law. You can tell him anything in a court of law. Yeah, man, anything. Bad him up, everything in a court of law. Yeah. But not outside the street to attack physically against him. As a matter of fact, you can tell him anything on the street too. You have freedom of speech. And he cannot do anything about it. But the moment you attack or put your hand on the officer, yeah, that is when you're in deep shit. Deep trouble. That is when you're in deep trouble. No, don't do that. Don't ever put your hands on law enforcement officer. Yeah, now he's struggling for his life. He cannot make money. He cannot drive the bus while he's in hospital. He cannot drive the bus while he's in hospital. While he's in intensive care fighting for his life, he cannot drive the bus. And that bus is still impounded. Still impounded. And it's going to sit in the pound and he's going to have to pay. Every day that it's in the pound, he's going to have to pay a fee. Even though he's in the condition that he's in. Yeah. And then he's going to have to pay the ticket. And then he's going to be arrested if he gets through with this. Gets through his injuries. Arrested and charged for assaulting an officer. So, in problem don't stop here. He might as well kick the bucket. Might as well kick the bucket. Yeah. Don't know what this is about. Let me listen. Oh yeah, man, you came late, man. There's a video circulating on the internet. You can check it out. Where a bus driver attacked Jamaican police sergeant, who was now, the sergeant was actually what do you call it now, towing his vehicle for some breach of law. I don't know what law he breached, but the bus driver took it upon himself to now shove the cop in his chest and move towards him in an attacking manner. And as of such, the police now had to now discharge his service pistol and hit him. Yep. First shot fired, another police came on the scene and attempt to take him into custody, but he kept fighting. And 2 more shots were fired. And then he fell to the ground. And now he's in the hospital, he's in intensive care. And had to went on the surgery. Yeah. Yeah. That is a stupid man. That is a stupid man. Who attacks police officers? Who does that? And a lot of people were there videotaping and actually egging on the bus driver. And I don't know if that is what now trigger him to feel as if he's powerful and mighty. He attacked the officer. Attacked the officer. And the officer had to defend himself. Excellent job by the police. He was calm, cool, collective, and when he was attacked, defending himself skillfully. Yeah, man, he defended himself skillfully. Yeah, man, let's see what this writer to say. I don't know what he was really thinking. People these days are so aggressive and disrespectful and lack of self-control. Yeah, I mean, you think that would be a no-brainer. Yeah, you think it'd be a no-brainer for you to just now take the ticket. You know, you can plea at first. But if the cop dead said that he's going to tow you because now the tow truck is hooking up the vehicle, that means that the thing is going to be towed. And if you realize it's going to be towed, there's no point of return. All you do, you take out your possessions and you take a ticket and you walk away. Walk away. Who gives you any right to say no? Yeah, you are going to attack the police officer. This reminds me of a time when I was down at the soccer field. I was down at the soccer field one evening. And just as I was about to leave the park, this stupid guy, you know, he bumped into the back of another vehicle. No, another vehicle bumped into his car back, hit him from behind. So he came out of the vehicle and he told the guy who hit him to give him $300 for the damage. Yeah, to give him $300 for the damage. The man said, no, we're going to go through the insurance company because I have my insurance. Yeah, this is why he gets insurance. For when an accident occurs, then he goes through his insurance company. The guy then grabbed him and slapped him in the face. So I yelled out to him, what the hell are you doing? You can't do that. Yeah. And he stopped. This time now, a whole bunch of other people now came on and said, call the police. Dial 911. Dial 911. Dial 911. No, he was in the right because the guy hit him. Now, he's the one who's gonna be arrested for assault. He's gonna be arrested for assault. What a stupid person. So you wonder, what is this guy thinking? It's the same way with this bus driver. You wonder, what exactly was he thinking when he decided to push that cop and assault him? What you thinking? Yeah. And that is why you understand, you know, you want to say, why can't we operate in a civil society as human beings, coexisting under the law that we all agree to follow. That's all we need to do. That is why you have people behind bars. That is why people are behind bars, because they're not able to function in a civil society and follow the law and coexist with everybody as the law intended. So therefore, if you can't do that, you'll find yourself behind bars, where now man are behind you behind bars, because no woman not did it. Or if you're a woman, no man not did it. Right? And you don't have to go through a life in prison where people are dictating things to you. When you get up, when you go to sleep, when you eat, where you are allowed to roam, what you are allowed to do, how much time you can do this. The friends and family that you were interacting with quite freely and openly, you can't do that anymore because you're behind bars. Because of stupid things, you don't want to follow the law. That is why we have law enforcement officers, to make sure that we comply with it, with these laws that set out for us to live civilly amongst ourselves. And if you cannot do that, the consequences you will pay for. In this man's case, the driver's case, him have some bullets, some bullets in his body that will show as wounds for his bad choice that he made, the choices that he made, the bad choices that he made, bullets in his body to show. And while we don't want anyone to be injured nor hurt, if you don't want to be injured nor hurt, you don't try to injure or hurt anyone, especially police officers. Big up on yourself, people. You people in life, live according to the law. So you don't have any, what do you call it now, interaction with police, with the law enforcement. You don't have any interaction with them. And if you find yourself on the wrong end of the law, then fully and totally comply with what the law enforcement officer asks you to do. 100%. And if you know that you're right and you know that they are wrong, you challenge them in a court of law. Because in a court of law, that is where now you get to argue and a defense against perpetration that you deem was unfair or wrong. A true, may I tell you? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Don't take good while to resist arrest, not complying with the officer, attacking officers. No, don't do them things there. Don't do those things. Yeah, man. You stay calm and you do exactly as the officer wants. Yeah, man. Or tells you to do. Yeah, man, people. So that is the show for tonight. We're here Friday night, again, with Knowledge Base KT to do 5 minutes and cut. And everybody should tune into that show, because it's going to be a debate, a real debate. Yeah, and I think this is probably one of the few times you're going to see where Delvin actually debate Knowledge Base, because I don't normally debate him normally, because, you know, we would have our disagreements or whatever on points, but we don't really I don't really debate him, because on the show I'm the moderator and he is the analyst. So you let him talk his thing and do his thing. But we're going to debate on Friday. It's going to be heavy. We're talking about the wall. I'm a conservative right-sided person. He is more of a centrist left-sided person. Yeah. So he He's not for the wall, and I am for the wall. So I am a Trump supporter as well. So therefore, we're going to have a debate about the wall. So I'm better come prepared, because I will be prepared. So we'll be talking about the wall on Friday. So I am for the wall, he's not for the wall. So Knowledge Base KT and I is going to debate that Friday night. So invite your friends. If you're right-sided or left-sided people, show up Friday night. Knowledge Base KT Delvin debates the wall. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, straight up. So tune in Friday at 7 p.m. for that debate between Knowledge Base KT and Delvin. Yeah, about the wall. About the wall. Yeah. So people, until Friday at 7, Delvin is saying, thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. I love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.